Other outbursts during president's addresses to Congress from Obama and Biden as well. We've seen outbursts from lawmakers as well as demeanor coming from a Supreme Court justice. Take a look.
There are also those who claim that our reform efforts would ensure illegal immigrants. This too is false. The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally. It's not true. Including foreign corporations to spend without limit in
I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some of you. Look, folks.
So among them, you saw Congressman Joe Wilson, who, yelled, you lie. You had Justice Alito with his expression saying not true, and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene there with that confrontation with Biden. None of them were censured nor escorted out. Is this a reflection of the climate that we are in right now? What is the difference here of how what your experience was versus theirs?
Thank you for the question. The climate of which you speak is one that I have lived in for most of my life. I'm a son of the segregated South. The rights that were enshrined in the Constitution for me, my friends and neighbors denied me. I had to go to the back door, drink from a colored water fountain, sit in the back of the bus, and I had relatives who were locked up in the bottom of the jail. I have acclimated to this kind of behavior, but quite candidly, it is a double standard and it is a form of invidious discrimination. But I was prepared to suffer whatever the consequences are when I decided that I would engage in this peaceful protest. I never used any sort of a profanity. I never made any threats. I merely said, you do not have a mandate, and this is true.
Is there another, is there another extension of this? Does your moment end up serving as a distraction too when your party seems to be struggling to exercise a real cohesive approach here?
I believe what I did puts a focus on Medicaid. I believe that this may be the means by which we can prevent Medicaid from being cut, because I think it would be difficult now for them to move forward to cut it, given that we have brought this to the attention of the public. I don't see it as a distraction. I see it as a positive action to protect Medicaid.
So then that brings me to the budget now. Just moments ago, House Speaker Mike Johnson formally unveiled plans for a government funding stopgap through September 30th, a measure intended to stave off a potential March 14th shutdown and buy time for President Donald Trump and the GOP leaders to steer key pieces of his agenda through Congress this summer. You think you'll support this?
I think I'll take a close look at it. I still believe in collegiality. I think that compromise is still something that is a benefit. I think it's a positive thing. So I'll take a look at what they're proposing. But what I will not do is vote for something that's going to cut Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security. These are the social safety nets that my constituents depend on. And I will stand for them because they can't be there to stand for themselves.
All right, U.S. Congressman Al Green coming to us from Houston, Texas today. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining us today.